in this life, your journey is uniquely yours. So you have to figure out the things that work for you and the things that don't work for you. The friends that's there for you and the friends that's not there for you. The people that really want to see you succeed and the people who don't want you to succeed. Because guess what? Not everybody want to see you win. Not everybody want to see little Susie grow up to be a gymnastic world traveler and a gymnastic winner and an Olympian. Not everybody want to see little Johnny go to the major leagues and play baseball and be the starting pitcher of the White Sox. Not everybody want to see that. But guess what? If you want to see it, if you want that for your life, if you want to be the next Beyonce, the next Drizzy Drake, then go be that. Stop listening to other people. Stop listening to the naysayers. Block them out. Focus on your journey, baby. Focus on where you're headed and where you're going. Because if you focus on where you're headed and you're going and you put them blinders on, oh boy, you're going to be just fine.
Hey, we live now, really.
Before I even get started with all that, hey, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And hey, make sure you send this to your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, friend of another friend, cousin, little sister, little Timmy, and little Susie who stay across the street. All right. And please, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But seriously, though, on a positive note, man, we got to talk about life journey. Because life's journey is a beautiful one. You understand me? And hold on, before we even get started with that, my brother has been on my mind. So before I forget, I got to go ahead and get this in too. Before I forget, rest in heaven to my guy. We forever balling like we Gino. You feel me? Rest in heaven to my guy. You've been on my heart, man, for quite a while. I love you, brother. I miss you. All right. Yesterday I had a little tribute on my Instagram for him. I was really, feeling his presence. And, I just wanted to, let people know, hey, my brother, long live him, long live Gino, my guy, I miss you, but God is good, man. God is good. God is the greatest. All right. So hopefully you praise the Lord today. Hopefully you got your snacks, you got your popcorn ready. And now, without further ado, hey, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right. So today we starting off before we get into talking about Cleveland, before we get into talking about my story, my journey. We talking about life journey. All right. Everybody's journey is going to be different. All right. Everybody's story is going to be different. Your journey, your story, and your trials and tribulation and the adversity that you face in your life is not going to be the same as my trials, my tribulations, and the adversity that I face ultimately in my life. You got to understand with this life thing and this thing called life, man, it's one big game, man. And I play it so well. It's chess, not checkers out here. I just got to go ahead and give you that little tidbit, but we'll talk about that in another episode. But with today's episode, though, specifically, you got to understand, man, through life's journey, it's a beautiful, beautiful journey, man. You just got to understand that you have to embrace it. And if you don't know the real definition of journey, so let me break this all the way down to you before I really dive deep. You understand me? Journey. It's an act of traveling from one place to another. All right. So the act of traveling from one place to another. And if you think about it, us as humans, we do this every day. Whether you're traveling to work, whether you're traveling to school, whether you're traveling to see your mama, your daddy, whether you're traveling to see some family members, life is a beautiful journey and you got to learn to embrace it. I was just talking to somebody recently and they was kind of telling me, about the trials and tribulations that they were going through and just about, the ups and downs within their own life. And, they were saying like how, they've overcome so much. And it seems like, God has, it just keeps on picking on them, and they just kind of just want to, just be living their best life. They don't want to go through, the ups and downs of life. They don't want to, go through, the bad times, and they don't want to go through the good times. But you got to understand with this journey called life, you're going to have bad times and you're going to have good times. In this journey called life, things ain't going to always be the way that you want it to be. You got to understand life is a roller coaster. You got to understand life is a journey. And you got to embrace the journey. You got to embrace your journey. Your life will never look the same as their life, her life, his life, your brother's life, or your sister's life. We all have a different journey. And specifically, you got to understand that your journey is uniquely yours. Your journey is uniquely meant for you. God placed you on that journey, and God placed you on that path for you for a reason. And you got to understand, man, in this thing called life, it's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be all sunshine and rainbows 24/7. It's not. And until you understand that, until you really get that through your thick skull, yeah, some of y'all I know, hey, I know you stubborn a little bit. You feel me? I know you be wanting to, oh my God, why is this happening to me? It's happening because it's supposed to happen. You got to understand with anything in life, man, it is a journey for a reason. You got to understand me. You will have moments in time in your life where you feel like you're down in the dumps, where you feel like you don't know what you're doing and where you're going. You're going to have times in your life where you feel like, hey, I don't know which way to turn. That is okay. You just got to understand that, hey, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You got to understand that, hey, eventually I'm going to come out of this. I'm going to be okay. So don't throw a pity party. Don't look for sympathy or empathy from this person or that person. Enjoy your journey because it's uniquely yours. Embrace life's journey. Whether you're 5, whether you're 6, whether you're in high school trying to figure it out, your journey is uniquely yours. Life is going to throw you to the left, to the right, up and down, side to side. You feel me? That's how it's supposed to be. You're going to have your heart broken. You're going to lose some people. And then you're going to experience the joys of life where you just laugh and you're spending time with your family. You're having so much success. That is how life is supposed to go. Your story is already written. The big man upstairs already said, hey, I took care of you. Yes, you going through this, but guess what? You won't be going through this forever. You understand me? That's what y'all got to get through y'all heads, man. Like, at the end of the day, life, guess what? It's life for a reason. All right? Hey, it's chess, not checkers out here, man. And the more and more you keep pushing, the more and more you keep waking up, the more and more you keep going after your goals and your dreams, the more and more you keep going after that thing that's right here in that little heart of yours or that big heart of yours. And some of y'all got big hearts. It's still some good people out here in the world. But some of y'all hearts are like this. Like you can't even really see it. That's because you done been hurt before. You done been, through the worst kind of trials and tribulations. You feel me? But you got to understand, man, like, just because you feeling down and bad, just because you upset, just because you ain't where you want to be, that doesn't mean you got to throw in a towel. That doesn't mean that it's not going to eventually get back right for you. That doesn't mean that God ain't going to spend a block on your enemies, or God ain't going to spend a block on you, for you. All right? So understand, man, in this journey called life, it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. All right? You just have to understand that just because you down and out doesn't mean you're out. Just because you're down today don't mean you ain't gonna be on top tomorrow. Just because you was outside looking at what you wanted at the store, just because you was window shopping yesterday, doesn't mean you ain't gonna be walking in the store buying everything up in there the next day, or the next week, or the next month, or the next year. You feel me? So y'all gotta understand, man. This journey called life, man. You have to embrace it. You have to embrace your journey. Stop being a follower and doing what Johnny and Lil Susie do. Carve out your own path. In this world, we got too many followers, man. Y'all idolizing Drizzy Drake. You know more about Beyonce. You know more about Lil Nas X. You know more about these celebrities than you do your own self. And God made you uniquely you for a reason. You got to focus on your journey. You got to put them blinders on, baby. You got to put them blinders on and you got to go forward. You feel me? Put the blinders on, man, and go after what you want in this life. You feel me? At the end of the day, life is not supposed to be easy. Life will never be easy. All right? You understand me? Let me say that again. Life is not supposed to be easy, and life will never be easy, especially if you got ambition, especially if you really want to succeed, especially if you really want what you say you want. You feel me? So in this journey called life, man, in this journey called life, you gotta understand that you gonna be all right. Just keep on embracing it. In the moments where you have to be happy and be in the moment. In the moments where you're feeling sad, you're feeling like you don't know which way to turn, which way to go. Hey, that's okay. Embrace that, but just know you're gonna come on the other side of that. And I can say this from experience. I done lost plenty of people. You understand me and my family. I done lost plenty of people. I done been feeling like I'm on top of the world. And then I've been brought back down all the way right here. That's how life is supposed to go. But eventually, your life is gonna go just like this. It's gonna be smooth sailing. Eventually. But if you don't start embracing the journey, if you don't start loving your journey, if you don't start going after the things that you want, if you don't start working hard for the things that you want, if you don't start separating yourself from your friends and the followers, you will never get ultimately what you want. You ain't gonna never get there because you too worried about god dang Tom Brady. You too worried about Jeremy Lin. You too worried about Dwayne Wade. You too worried about all these celebrities. What you worried about them for? Huh? Are they gonna affect and impact your life today? No. You feel me? So until you realize that you gotta embrace your journey, until you realize that you gotta embrace your story, until you realize that you gotta go get what you say you want, you'll never really be happy. And that's the thing. It's so much evil in this world. Along your path of success, you're gonna encounter evil things. You're gonna encounter evil people. You're gonna encounter things that you never foresaw you encountering. But that's what it's supposed to be like. That's how it's supposed to go. All right? So embrace your journey. Love your journey. And love yourself. Because the journey is meant to be a journey. It's you going from one destination to another. I never want you staying in the same place forever. If you feel like you can't excel and you can't be happy at home, then hey, figure out how to eventually be happy somewhere else. If you feel like you can't, get done what you want to get done, then figure out another way to get it done. Y'all got to understand, man, in this life, your journey is uniquely yours. So you have to figure out the things that work for you and the things that don't work for you. The friends that's there for you and the friends that's not there for you. The people that really want to see you succeed and the people who don't want you to succeed. Because guess what? Not everybody want to see you win. Not everybody want to see little Susie grow up to be a gymnastic world traveler and a gymnastic winner and an Olympian. Not everybody want to see little Johnny go to the major leagues and play baseball and be the starting pitcher of the White Sox. Not everybody want to see that. But guess what? If you want to see it, if you want that for your life, if you want to be the next Beyonce, the next Drizzy Drake, then go be that. Stop listening to other people. Stop listening to the naysayers. Block them out. Focus on your journey, baby. Focus on where you're headed and where you're going. Because if you focus on where you're headed and you're going and you put them blinders on, oh boy, you're going to be just fine. You understand me? So I don't want to make this segment too long, man. I just want, you know me. Hey, we back to the Motivational Mondays. We back to the motivational talk with yours truly. You feel me? Mr. Wilson is in the building 24/7. You understand me? So understand, man, when you start embracing your journey, every part of it, the ups and downs, the ugly, the bad, you will be just fine. Sometimes, guess what you need to do? Guess what you need to do? Sometimes you need to go ahead, take a step back. You feel me? Take a step back. Come all the way back. Look at everything that has happened in your life. And then be like, dang, wow, I'm loving this journey. I'm going to embrace this journey because I know it's a journey. I know that ultimately the big man upstairs, at least for me, the big man upstairs, oh, he going to get me to where I'm really supposed to be. The big man upstairs, oh, he going to guide me. And he going to remove the people that's not supposed to be in my life. And he going to bring the people in who's supposed to be in my life. So my advice to you, embrace your journey. Love your journey. Man, hey, you gonna be just fine. All right? You gonna be just fine. But until you start doing that, and still you start embracing the journey, and still until you start loving the journey, you'll never be happy in this world, man. This world is meant to throw you distractions. It's so much propaganda out here. It's so many distractions. You got TikTok, you got Instagram, you got Twitter, you got this, you got that, you got this, you got that. It's so many distractions that's gonna pull you away from ultimately where you're supposed to be. It's so many distractions in this world that's gonna take you away from your ultimate goal and your ultimate destination. Y'all gotta stop worrying about Shador Sanders. Even though that's my guy, I love him. But y'all gotta stop worrying about, Drizzy Drake. Y'all gotta stop worrying about, you feel me, Barack Obama and Donald Trump. Stop worrying about them because they ain't gonna help you. They ain't gonna assist you on your journey. So what you tripping about? What you worrying about them for? When they ain't gonna help you, they ain't finna come give you that money to go get that dream and that goal. They ain't finna pay for that training class. They ain't finna come assist you. So you gotta understand, you gotta assist yourself. You gotta throw on them blinders. You gotta delete TikTok. Or you gotta, have a time limit. I'm only strolling for 5-10 minutes. You gotta delete Instagram, or have a time limit. I'm only on here for about 5 minutes to post something that I'm getting right off. All right? In life, God gives you choice and free will. You have free will every single day that you wake up out of that bed. Today, you can choose to go hurt somebody in the streets, or you can choose to focus on yourself and go get ultimately what you say you want. That's it. You got free will. You can do whatever you want, just like Mr. Wilson. I had a choice. You feel me? And I'm gonna touch on this just a little bit. With the stuff I got going on right now, the case. You feel me? I had a choice. I had a choice that I could either go down that path and go get right. You feel me? With the things that I wanted to get right with, and fight for my rights and fight for, what's right. Or I could have just let life happen and just say, dang, wow, poor me. And just threw a pity party and just went to go find another job, went to go do this, went to go do that. You got to fight and stand up for what's yours. You got to go get ultimately what you want in this world and what's yours. You feel me? At the end of the day, don't worry about little Johnny. Don't worry about little Susie. Don't worry about little JoJo. Worry about you. Know yourself, baby. Because when you know yourself and when you're working on yourself and when you're doing good for yourself, ain't nobody can tell you nothing. So before we dive into my story, we about to get there. Before we dive into Shador Sanders, because we about to get there, I need you to focus on your life's journey. It's okay to be distracted and get your mind off the stress, get your mind off the worries. It's okay to drink a little alcohol if that's what you do. It's okay to smoke a little if that's what you do, but do it in moderation. Do it in a way where it's not going to affect you long term. Do it in a way where it's not going to mess up the brain that God gifted you with. It's okay to do all those things. I don't do all those things. I don't do any of those things, being honest with you. But it's okay to do those things. But if you do it in moderation. Get on TikTok in moderation. Get on Twitter in moderation. Don't be on this scrolling all day. That's not helping you on your journey, is it? Is it? Is you talking about Donald Trump and what he's doing in this world? Is it going to help you? Is it going to help you get to your next goal? Is it going to help you get to your next destination? For real. Is you talking about Bernie Sanders? If you talking about Kamala Harris, is that going to help you on your next journey? Is you listening to Lil Wayne and listening to NBA Youngboy all day, every day? Why you strolling on TikTok? Why you eating those hot Cheetos? You eating those nachos? Is that going to help you on your journey? Seriously, is that going to help you get to where you ultimately want to be? No. So, eventually, you're going to have to look that woman or look that man in the mirror. Eventually, you're going to have to be a man of your word or a woman on your word. Eventually, you're going to have to do the things that you say you mean and you won't. Ultimately, to get to your destination and where you want to go. Your life is going to go like this. And if it ain't going like that, then hey, boy, you blessed. Girl, you're blessed. You feel me? But understand that your journey is going to be different from mine. Understand that your life ain't going to always be sunshine and rainbows. Understand that you can really manifest and go get anything in this world that you want. But are you going to be disciplined? Are you going to have a little structure? Are you going to do things in moderation? The choice is yours. For me, it's an easy choice. But you got to understand, it's a choice. You got to understand, you got free will. You got to understand that you can do whatever you want in this world. But it's up to you. You feel me? So, with continuing to talk about life's journey, we're going to talk about my journey. Because I didn't gave you all these, these tidbits. I didn't gave you all the information. So now we're going to go ahead and dive into Mr. Wilson's story. So I can really tell you what's up. And I can really go ahead and dive into the title of today's video. All right. The first part, we're going to hit on the second part because I got a lot to talk about with Shedeur Sanders. I got a lot to talk about with that. All right. So we gonna hit Shedeur Sanders. So if you hit for Shedeur Sanders, I advise you to come back in about 5 to 10 minutes. Or I advise you to come back in probably about 20. Probably about 20 minutes. If you want to hit my thoughts on Shedeur Sanders, come back in about 20 minutes. But if you want to hear a little bit about my journey and how it can potentially help you with yours, and why Mr. Wilson ultimately decided to leave a Division I school and stop playing college football, and maybe that might help you on your journey, then sit back, relax, go grab your popcorn, go grab a little snack or something, and listen.
Hey, we live now, really.